Good afternoon. It's afternoon. It's 1 o'clock. Oh, it's just noon. I had lunch early because I was hungry, so we had lunch early. But anyways, I have my coffee I just made. It's nice and warm. It's kind of chilly out. It's kind of chilly in here because earlier today I opened the door and leaf blew it out because it was cold, but it wasn't windy. But it still chilled out the place. I had both garage doors open and basically blowing the hot air out the door with the sawdust. But I got most of it out. So we're gonna finish these two boards up first. They need some light hand sanding, and I need to fill a couple holes here that I just saw. I didn't see those before. Are any on this one? Nope. I thought I'd selected pretty much not free. Oh, there is a little one right there. And two little ones right here. So let's do that first. And then I will sand them away. And I didn't put my apron on because I'm a dumbass earlier. So I'm covered in sawdust already. So there's no point in putting it on now. Coffee is so good. I gotta stop drinking so much damn coffee, but man, it is good. I love coffee. I'm down to just 2 cups a day. Granted, this is small. I usually have a much bigger cup in the morning, but I should probably stop drinking quite so much. But I don't see it happening anytime soon. All right, here's another thing. I've used a few different of these glues now, and I gotta say, where's my little trim nails? There they are. These CA glues, and everyone loves this Starbond stuff, which has been fine. Starbond. This is the Miterpel. I don't know how to pronounce that. This is like half the price. You get twice as much, and I kind of like it better. I stopped using this. Everybody likes this. I shouldn't say that. They're both fine. It's just a buttload cheaper, and you get a lot more. And it was on sale. They did that, I don't know, like a month ago. Amazon had their first weird Black Friday pre-sale thing that everyone's doing now for months ahead. I like this better too. I like the top better. I just like everything about it better. So let's fill a couple little nail holes. This is a medium weight. The only thing that I do like about the Starbond a little better is they have the different weights pretty easily, but it's so, you get such a tiny little bottle. It's like twice the price of this stuff. And what I'm doing here is just using the nail to work it down into the hole. A lot of people will open the hole back up or open it up wider to they'll drill into it or just scratch it open, or they just make the hole bigger so the CA glue gets in there. I just take a minute and actually work it in there, which does the same thing, but I'm not making a bigger hole, which I like. Then I'm going to just scoop up the excess, put it right where I'm probably going to put my hand later. That's the other thing I found is, might have taken off too much, is if you get too much on there and you hit it with the activator, it just skims it over and it stays liquid underneath. And doesn't cure it. So then you go to sand it, and you hit liquid, and you end up right back where you were because the sander pulls the liquid out before it can dry out of the hole. And you're basically right back to where you started. but with a piece of sandpaper full of sandpaper full of sand glue. That's almost too much activator. And we got 2 of these. Where's the other one? I should have 2 of these now. I actually bought a new one. I want some nice rough paper. What's this? 120. What do I have here? This is 80. Worn out 80. I just bought another one of these. It was one of those. Again, it was an Amazon deal day. They're normally like $7 each, and I got a pair of 2 of them. I gave one to my brother, and I kept one. So I would have 2 because I had my old one wherever it went. Where the hell is my old one? Okay, he didn't take both of them, did he? I'll be kind of upset if he did. Kind of, sort of. And that way I can have 2 or 3 different grits set up and not be switching the paper constantly. And sand the CNC glue away. Which kind of negates my whole raisin grain I did earlier that I did the video on, but that's life. Got a little bit right here and a little bit right there. Then we take this thing that is now stuck to the table and kind of just take the point and work it into the hole. And that way, I don't have to open up the hole. And you can actually take a piece of wire. This is kind of small. You can actually take a piece of wire and do it. I'd rather do this than drill the hole out bigger. A lot of people drill the hole out bigger, like I was saying. I just don't like the drilling out thing. Oh, where's the hole? There it is. Just work, make sure you get the glue in the hole so it holds. And fills the hole. And I do like this scraping up the excess and just leaving a puddle over the hole. It seems to work a whole lot better. For one, it just makes sanding a lot easier. The only problem with this stuff is I'm not exactly sure where I'm aiming it. Let that cure for a second and sand it down, and then I gotta re-sand the whole thing. I'm not gonna re-sand it. I'm just gonna hit these areas with a finer grit and then raise the grain real quick on it. I gotta hand sand them all anyways. But I definitely have to raise the grain again after doing this. And I'm using a pretty harsh sandpaper here. Sanding away. And done. No more holes. Now, where's my little sander? There it is. It's over here. The old one, which I already had 80 on, but that's all right. I'm going to put some, like 150 on it, I think. 220. What do I have on that sander over there? I think I got 120 on that. That's 120. I'm going to go to 150. And just hand sand off the whole thing. That nail can go right in the garbage. This stuff can go away because I'm all done with it. And yeah, I would look into that CA glue if you're looking to use CA glue on this stuff, because it's way cheaper than the Star Bond. Like way cheaper. Let's raise the grain real quick on this again. At least where I glued. I like to do this after the glue as much to raise the grain where I just resanded, but it also lets me know if I didn't sand the glue away enough and I got a shiny spot in the finish. So that's done. Where's my garbage can? There's one over here. That'll work. And let's start with this one. Since that one's all wet. And I'm just going to hand sand it with 150. And then I'm going to hand sand it with 220. Because that's just the kind of guy I am. Lets me control my edges a little better. I need a stool, not a chair. I really should sit down with my legs, but the chair's too low. And it does raise up, but it doesn't really raise up high enough. And you're not really, I'm just not comfortable in a chair. But a stool I would be, I think. I think I'm going to have to make a stool. Get rid of the chair altogether. Which was the plan. Because the chair was out here to go in the garbage. Because the piston is kind of worn out. That was my desk chair in the house. The piston doesn't hold. So if you raise it up like 20 minutes later, you're down on the floor again. But when I brought it out here and I started doing this shop, I was like, that's an easy, convenient place to sit. Who cares if it's all chewed up out here? Right? Standing away. Standing away. I like these mouse, hucky, puck, whatever, sanders. I was going to really like these for hand sanding. They're flexible and yet not too flexible. They fit in your hand just like perfect. They use standard, your 5-inch standard sanding discs, so you can bounce them back and forth between your palm sander. If you have a standard 5-inch palm sander instead of a 6. And they just work well. They're firm enough and yet soft enough, all in one. Like I said, I I bought a pack of 2 more. This one I got from Taylor Tools. When I got my, I actually got it as a joke, thinking it was just a waste, but it saved money because I bought it because I was buying saw blades, and it was, I don't know, I was $5 short of the free shipping, and the shipping was like $10. So this was like $7. I was like, well, it still saves me $3 by buying the goofy little sander, and I get to try it out. So I bought the sander, and I'm so glad I did. To be honest, I really, really like these. These are really, really nice. And this one from Taylor Tools, is definitely better. This feels cheaper. It's like a cheaper plastic, but they're both good. But this is definitely better. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It feels more rubbery than plastic, where that one feels more plastic. Does that make sense? Does that make any sense at all? What's up, Speed? How you doing, Al? How is life? We're just sanding away. Pretty good. I'm letting it cure. I might do that later. I was actually planning on coming out and doing it this morning, but it's been kind of chilly, so I don't think it cured enough. It's still kind of tacky. There's a touch when it came out this morning. So when I get done with this, I may put that on the CNC and level it off, or I may just wait until tomorrow. It's still a little gummy tacky when you touched it on the surface this morning, so I didn't want to push it. That'll just screw up my bit on the CNC and gum it up and tear up the actual board. So I didn't want to do that quite yet. And I wanted to get these done. I had these cut out on the bandsaw like 2 weeks ago, and they've just been getting put on the back burner. So I came out today, and I was like, I want to do something. Because again, I was originally planning on working on that chessboard. And I didn't feel it was quite ready, so I was like, you know what, I'll sand these. Get them ready. And I actually recut that one a little bit. Made the handle a little smaller. I'm not putting holes in the handles. I know a lot of people do that. I don't know, it just looks... I like it better without them. I like the look better. I get the hole is there so you can hang it, but do people really hang these? Who's got a charcuterie board? Do you actually hang it by the hole? I don't think I do. I don't actually have any charcuterie boards. Maybe I should just keep one of these. I really like these. I just have regular cutting boards. The walnut sawdust is making the maple look all dirty. All dirty like. I think that's pretty nice. Clean it up in a minute. Might as well do this one first. This one's a lot thicker. I kind of normally I'm all about thicker boards. I kind of like these charcuterie boards thinner. That's a ½ inch, and this is probably 3/4, maybe even more. And I kind of like it. I like the feel of it thinner. This feels more like a cutting board, and that actually feels more like a serving board. Still holes there. The CAD filled it in very nicely. Yeah, definitely better to wait. Wasn't really paying attention to chat, if you hadn't noticed. I gotta do that more. If I'm gonna stream, gotta pay attention. Can't afford to pay attention. Costs too much money. Trying to get a nice shape to the round over. Particularly on these hardwoods and darkwoods, you end up with almost like a line where it starts and stops. If you don't play with it a little. Shaping these took a long time. I gotta get a spindle sander. Anybody want to buy me a spindle sander? They're actually not that expensive in the gist of tools. From what I understand, the goofy rigid one is one of the better ones with the homeownery starter cheaper ones. But I was also looking at the Grizzly, which looks like exactly the same thing. Or very close. And it's like $50 less. But yeah, if I'm going to do too many more of these, I'm going to need a spindle sander. Because I was actually taking these things, and they don't work on the drill press. They just suck on the drill press. Yes, I'm selling those. You want to buy them? Everything's for sale. I need money. Yes, they're going up on the store unless somebody wants to pre-order them. I've sold a few now that never got up on the store because I post them on social media, and a few of them have sold before they ever get to the store. People see them like, I want those. What are those for somebody? I'm like, no, you want them? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, send me money. It's yours. So I sold a few before they ever got to the store. But yeah, you can go on my store. There's a store. I have a store at tomllama.com. In fact, do me a favor and go there and check it out because they had some errors the last couple of days. And want to make sure everything's loading right. The header wasn't loading, which is kind of a big deal. And they all apologized and sent notes out. But you should go on the store unless, again, somebody decides they want them now. You want it now? I sell these for about $70. Which really isn't enough. I got more than $70 just in labor in those, but whatever. Right now, I just want to start getting some stuff sold and getting the name out, getting the product out. And the next thing I want to buy is a spindle sander, but I also want to buy a branding iron. I was thinking about getting a laser, but I really don't need a laser. I think a branding iron would be just fine for me. I really don't want another piece of equipment out here. Yeah, no, I can't ship. I can't even ship to the UK. You got to do too much paperwork for that. Right now, I'm US only. I won't even do Canada right now because I just don't have the energy to deal with shipping. I wish I could afford to ship to foreign countries. I don't remember which sides I've done and which sides I haven't. Sitting here yakking. Yeah, no, I wouldn't be shipping to the UK anytime soon, unfortunately. Wish I could. Cooking? Yeah, it's got to be like dinner time there, huh? Garbage can. Little Dustin. I think I'm going to re-wet these and hit them one more time with some higher grit, like 220. Get me some 220 right here. Nope, that's 120. That's 220. I want to do it. Did it the other way. I can see the marks where it folded last time. I think I'm going to buy more of these. That way I can just keep these and have one that's 220, have like 4 of them with different grade papers on them and just not have to change the paper until it's worn out. I think that's the way to do it. 220. I should wet it again. Maybe not. It's coming out pretty smooth. Let's see grain again. Thinking I should actually, because I sand it a lot. And that'll pull off some of the sawdust that's built up. Let me see any issues. Birdie. All very pretty. Probably really don't need to do this from the feel of it. A little bit stood up. It'll only make it better, I guess. I gotta get some more rubbing alcohol. I took them down to 1 bottle. And yes, I use rubbing alcohol because I don't like mineral spirits. I think that's a bad idea on food grade. I know it's really not an issue, but I don't know. I just have a paranoia of chemicals on my food grade material. God, that black walnut looks awesome. I love black walnut. It's probably my favoriteest wood of all time. I wish I had enough money to just make everything out of black walnut. That's it. Nothing else. Furniture, everything. And I know it's like the popular choice now, but I don't do things because of the popular choice. Although actually, I kind of like maple better for some furniture. Like I wouldn't want black walnut kitchen cabinets. I would much rather have some nice maple ones. I like the light. I like the light off the light, if that makes sense. Black walnut cabinets make the room feel dark. And not well illuminated. Let that dry for a minute. Won't take long. You know. Let's have a coffee. Yeah, I should put a link for the store, huh? Even though you said you were gone. Because you went to eat. I believe I have it in a banner. There we go. I sell stuff on my store. I literally haven't sold a single thing out of the store. Sold a few items, but not through the store. Every time I go to put it on the store, someone sees it on video or I post a picture, they're like, I want that. There's like a saw mark right there, and I don't like it. Go on. Sawtooth marks. Check this one and just double check. Sort of is right there. I wonder if I can get rid of it. I'm not sure that's actually a sawtooth mark or just the grain of the wood. We're going to try and get rid of it. Because it looks like a sawtooth mark. It looks a little better. Oh, it looks better. Alright, let's hit him with the 220. Just lately, I'm literally not putting pressure on it. I'm just swinging it back and forth. Taking the raised grain out. And then we'll hit him with oil. Hit them with some oil. Wingay is pretty cool looking too. It's a nice color. Just got no. I don't know. I like the walnut better. I like it. I like the Wingay as a accent. I've seen guys that do like whole pieces out of Wingay, and it's just like. I mean, it looks cool. Don't get me wrong. It just. I like walnut better. It's got more character to the wood. Let's trade. These are going to be pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Getting dust everywhere, and I'm eating it now. I can smell it and taste it, and my mouth's going dry. Dry, dry, dry. Ooh, sawmarks. Gotta get them out. That's what they appear. I miss those. Paying too much attention to the curvies and not to the flat faces. I think I need a spindle sander, and I need a much smaller bandsaw blade for this. The smallest one I have is a 1/2 inch, and it's a ripping 1/2 inch, and it cuts fine. It's just it doesn't do arcs very well, and I can't do these arcs smoothly. I have to come in and then stop and pull it out, and come in and do it in multiple passes instead of just one easy, smooth cut. Sanding. A lot of people hate sanding. This kind of sanding. I hate sanding, like grinding sanding, where I have to sand down to something. When I'm doing final sanding like this, it's actually kind of therapeutic to me. I look at all the fine details and the edge grains, and looking for saw marks. I don't want to do a lot of it. I'm about done with it already today. After I said that. But finish sanding doesn't bother me as much as, like I said, grinding out saw blade marks and stuff when you're initially trying to get rid of saw blade marks. Almost time for the tack cloth. And then the oil. Not real happy with that right there. I think we're done. Those are pretty darn smooth feeling. Somewhere around here, I have a tack cloth. I know a lot of people don't use tack cloths anymore, but I do. They just like vacuum or wipe stuff. Yeah, well, one of the clocks on the wall behind me, it doesn't get shown much because it's over there. It's on that back wall. But one of the clocks I actually kept. I actually did it for me. It was my clock in the first place. This is a nice board. This is a pretty one. I think for the oil game, I'm going to go over to the bench over there with these. So it's not on this bench. Rough spot right there. That's weird. I wonder if that's just the grain of the wood. Oh, gone now. Kind of the grain of the wingate, I think. Like a rough spot right here. Oh, there's another one right. Where was it? Oh, right here. It's actually the walnut, not the window. This is like silky smooth now. Yeah, those are pretty. Let's bring them over here and wax them up, or oil them up, I should say. Oil time. Let's disconnect the cable from everything. Spin this around over here so you can sort of see what I'm doing over there. Sort of, kind of, sort of. And then let's get a nice clean rag. I should have it right here somewhere. I thought I had one more. My chair's rolling away because the floor is so steep. This is actually an already oily rag. I'm almost out of oil in this little bottle. I have more oil. See us. Hey, chair, rolling away. Chair's all on its own. All right, let's hit him with some oil. Hopefully I got enough in here to do them. Oh my God. The rubbing alcohol makes them look cool. Something about the oil just makes them really pop. It just really pops, especially the walnut. The chair rolled away again. Good thing I didn't try and just sit down. Look at that. That is freaking gorgeous. Need to get out more mineral oil. The wingate really pops, gets nice and dark here on the edge too. These are weirdly awesome. There's one. Do the other one. God, that looks awesome. I just love oiled woods. They look so cool. Some people like them to look more natural, because the oil darkens everything. The maple gets kind of a honey, yellowy, almost orange, golden color. But it just looks awesome. To me, that's what makes it. Got oil everywhere. This one's already almost dry. That's the other thing about doing it with rubbing alcohol. I pull a lot of the natural oils out of the wood. And when I do this, it sucks up the mineral oil much better over, like a lot of people use water. No, I just don't like using water. The whole point of drying the wood is to keep it dry when you're adding water to it. That looks sweet. And I got mineral oil all over my hands, and it's really good for your hands, actually. This one looks awesome. I think this is my favorite one. With the wingate and the maple and the walnut and then the big chunk of walnut and the pinstripe going through the handle, but I like that it's not on center. But you just have this like little chunk of the wingate in the handle. I think that came out perfect. Actually better than I originally thought it was gonna. That looks sweet. Let's get the chair back over here and clean up this mess that we have here. Clean. Put this in here. But these, I like having more than one of these. I think, like I was saying earlier, I think I want to get a couple more. I should find a place to put these over there too, because that's where I'm going to use them most, but whatever. And then this can just go away because it's just sawdust. Which is why I do it. The paper towel kind of holds the sawdust to some extent. Not perfectly, but a little bit. Just a little bit. And then it's coffee break time. How long have I been streaming? Just short of an hour for seeing in both of those. They do look pretty. They will get waxed later. Wax attacks. We can put the eraser away. Oh, what else do I gotta do? I gotta cut my brother's freaking drawer down. How am I gonna cut that thing? Too big to go on the table saw. But the only thing I can think of to do is put a straight edge on it and cut it with a handsaw. What's up, local? How is life? I might as well put this away. I think I'm done with it. Okay, it's attached to the freaking vacuum. Hang it up on the wall. Come on. Get under there like a good boy. There we go. Let's see. Level that out. Bring this up. Bring that up. Then you can see more what's going on over here. Put that away where it belongs in its little pocket. And then pop a squat. Because I'm an old man and I'm tired. It's already been a long day. I still got to bring laundry in. Damn it. Taking a break from the bathroom remodel. Bathroom remodels suck. I hate bathrooms. I really, really dislike doing bathrooms. This is orange. Orange clean. It's actually orange clean, rubbing alcohol, and water. It's a really good degreaser. See if I can get some of this glue off. Probably not. I mean, it will come off. It's easy to take it off. Just hoping I could just rubbing alcohol over it and take it off. And it's not. Gonna have to stretch it and flex it. But that's why this is here. Is to catch the glue so the bench itself doesn't. Because this is a lot easier to clean the glue off of. And actually, it is kind of taking the glue off now. Just got to push a little harder. It just peels a lot of it right off. Not all of it, but a lot of it. Sort of clean. Not perfect, but sort of clean. Cleaner. Oh, hey, it's just nothing about bathrooms I like. They're too small. They're too tight. The only thing good about them is I do like working alone. It's just convenient for me. Other people just slow me down, get my way, and make me overthink things. If I'm by myself, I just do it. Just like I do this stuff. I just do it. I don't think about it. I just do it. Bathrooms, you pretty much are by yourself. You can't fit more than one person in most bathrooms to work. But yeah, they're just so tight and confusing, and there's so much crap in a bathroom in a small space, and everything needs to fit. And I hate bathrooms. Bathrooms and kitchens are my next most disliked part of the house to do, which is funny because that was like my number one thing I did. It was kitchens and bathrooms, mostly kitchens. Did a lot of kitchens in my day. Not no more. Too old and tired for that crap. Don't want nothing to do with none of that construction junk anymore unless I absolutely have to. Although it looks like I'm going to be doing windows. I got to do my own windows. Of course, now everyone's waiting until it's freaking cold out, and they're like, "Oh, here's you're going to get the money to do your windows." Great. Right in the middle of the winter when it's cold and miserable, and I really don't want to be up on a ladder or cutting a big freaking hole in the wall and letting the cold air in. And we still got some of the windows in this house, in the actual house. Some of them are 1970s original double hung single pane, crap pine 6/6 windows. I mean, they're absolute garbage. The basement still got those. They all need to be replaced. They don't even shut all the way because they just don't work anymore. My father never put locks on them. I wonder why the house in the basement was always cold down there. The windows didn't shut all the way. They were just bleeding wind. Every time the wind blew, they bled air. They do have storm windows on the outside, which do close up. Snow? Where the hell are you? You're like out west, right? In the Midwesty area? Or are you a Canadian? Are you a Canadian? I can't remember. I can't remember who anybody is or what they're doing. It's been an hour. Been out here an hour. 1 o'clock. Michigan. Yeah, that's what I thought. Michigan. It's like out west and up north. I think you're actually north of me, depending on where in Michigan you are. And Michigan's like right on the Canadian border, correct? Yes. Yes, it is. I'm terrible with states' actual locations. I have general, you could say one and I'll be like, I could point in a map and be like within a state or two of where it belongs. But I couldn't tell you what every state is. I couldn't look at a map unmarked and go, that's the state and that's the state and that's the state. I could do New England and Texas and Florida and California and Alaska, but that's about it. Midwest. So still, it's cold up there. I still think you're farther north than I am. We're about the same. This is the time of year I want to move south. And it's not even the cold. The cold doesn't bother me that much. I don't like it. Don't get me wrong. But it doesn't, unless it's like bitter cold. If it's like 10 below zero and the wind's ripping, that annoys me. 45 degrees, 30 degrees, right around freezing. If there's no wind, I can deal with like below freezing with zero wind. Doesn't bother me. I'll go out in a freaking t-shirt and, sweatpants. A long t-shirt, but a t-shirt. And that's it. I don't even need a jacket if there's no wind. The minute there's a wind, I get sucky. But I hate snow. I freaking dislike snow so much. I just hate it. It just turns to smudge. Snowy mud. Snow mud. And I actually hate the smud more than I hate the snow. And that's why I don't like snow, is because I know it's just going to make mud. Frozen mud. Nasty mud. Gets into every crook and crevice of your clothes, and then you drag it through your house mud. I hate that crap. Yep, just makes everything harder. It's just messy. That's why I don't like it. It's just, it's a mess constantly. It just makes a mess. I'd rather be down south this time of year. And again, not just because it's warm, just because I don't have to deal with the snow and the mud. And it's warm. I mean, it's nice being warm. Dum dum. Yeah, wet gloves suck. Wet gloves and wet feet. That's the other thing. But I can deal with cold if my feet are warm. What's up, 3D Printer Decks? I'm in Connecticut. We're all on Twitch there, dum dum. I only do YouTube to tell everyone to go to Twitch. I do YouTube to go to Twitch. First slush-filled shoe, and I'm done with winter. Yep, exactly. Like, frickin'. Yeah, well, it's actually extra kind of mild here, because I'm literally right on the shore. If you look out, well, you can't see, but behind me, I'm less than a mile away from the coast. Less than a half a mile, actually. There's literally nothing between me and the coast other than the road, the train tracks, and a swamp. There's no like houses or anything. There's a quarter mile. My driveway is about a quarter mile. Then you got Route 156. Then you got a bunch of space in the train tracks, and then you have about a quarter of a mile of swamp, and then the sound. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you can keep your Canada. Canada is cold. So I don't live in Canada. I'd probably prefer Canada, like, other reasons wise. I prefer Canadian people over Americans. How's that sound? In general, I prefer Canadians. Yeah, it's beautiful, I guess, yeah. I grew up here, so it's kind of... Yeah, it's nice. If you're into the beach. I don't like it because people. I don't like people. People suck. Crowds suck. And it's always like, you can't go to the beach here in the summer if you're a local. None of the locals go to the beach in the summer. We all go to the beach now. This is the time of year I start going to the beach. Like, we'll all meet, and back to when I was younger anyways, we'd all meet and have a keg party out on the beach because there ain't no summer people around. And you can just sit on the beach and check it out. And other than the temperature, the beach doesn't really look any different in the summer than it does in the winter because there's no, it's a beach. It's not like the woods. So it looks the same other than, it's colder. Later, local. Yeah, I'm sure. I actually have a friend that goes up to Canada. He was the president of Mountain Biking Association. And then I became the president of Mountain Biking Association. And he goes up every year and goes fishing somewhere up in Canada. I don't know exactly where, but pretty well up. Like I think it's like 6 hours, the Canadian border going up through Vermont, New Hampshire. And he hits the border, usually sleeps, And then he goes like another 5-6 hours north to some lake swamp cabin. He does it every year. He goes fishing in the spring, summertime. He's got some cabin he rents up there. Nope, all done with the router for today. I might run the CNC, but I don't think so because I'm looking at the. I got to level off the. Oh, my back. I'm old. Can't move. I got to level this thing off, but I still think it's too gummy. I think I'm going to wait till tomorrow. It's kind of chilly out here. It's windy and breezy. Where's the CNC? Right there. You're looking at it. That's my CNC right there. Where all the crap stacked on it because I'm not using it. It's a big ass CNC. Yeah, I can still put my fingernail into it. So it's a little gummy. Although it's close, but yeah, it's not fully cured. I can put my fingernail in it and then rub it out just like that and the mark goes away. So it needs another day of drying. Oh, you can't even see it, can you? Here. You can sort of see it now. Yes, that's a full-on CNC with a spindle. It's not a router. There is a difference. A router is high speed only, usually air cooled. That is a spindle, which is basically the same freaking thing, but it's water cooled. And people don't realize, they always think the router, you want a spindle to get higher speeds. It's just the opposite. Spindles actually spin at lower speeds. The router starts at like, I don't know what, 9,000. It goes up to like 20,000, a standard, router. A spindle will start up at like 100 RPMs. It doesn't take much. It only goes up to 1,200. Spindles actually turn slower than routers. This is going to be nice. I know you really can't see it. And it looks all gunky because of the brown resin and the fills, but it's going to be really nice. Oh, the colors don't. This is white. It's actually white resin. This is the raw. And actually with the brown lines, when they were side by side, they differentiated more. Now that I got the brown line in there, they almost look the same. But I think that'll go away when I hit it with some, well, let's hit it with a little stuff here and see what happens. Just for giggles. Just for giggles. Hit it with a little rubbing alcohol, which should help actually cure the resin off a little bit. The way it's not really standing out, but there is a different color there. And you can see it with it wet. It's not a big difference. I probably should have gone even whiter, but I wanted to see the wood behind it. It's probably going to be even less because I got to plane off a little bit more. I'm going to try and take off like 1/4 of a millimeter. But yeah, a little more has got to come off. Get rid of the goopies, but that's still too soft. Excuse me, coffee burps. So I might be done for the day. Because this was really the next thing I was going to do. Oh, I could work on my frickin'... I planed off the bottom of my bench here, which you can't see, but the very end of my bench, I flipped it over and ran it on the CNC when the CNC blew up. And I used that for a test because I wasn't too worried, if it screwed up. I was like, oh well, take a little more off. So I flattened the bottom so I can mount a block under there. And I'm going to build a vise to the end of the bench. I have a 5x10 master wood with a tool changer. Oh, okay. That probably costs more than every single freaking tool I have in here, including all the hand tools. 5 by 10. Was that like feet or inches or millimeters? I have no idea what a master wood is, but a tool changer means it's expensive. Yeah, mine's just a little open builds. I shouldn't say little. I mean, it's big. It's big for a homeownery one. It's 50 by 53 inches is its cutting surface. And that's how I have it set. I could actually get like another inch or two in both directions. I have it set so I'm not pushing it right to its limits because I really don't need to. I only use about 2 foot square of it. I almost wish it was a smaller one. What's up, Matt? Mr. Tactiles. So I'm not going to be planing this off because it ain't quite dry yet, which sucks. I could start making the ends. I think I'm gonna put walnut around the end. Put a border on it of walnut. I like walnut. The white resin, I wasn't sure about the white. I was actually gonna do what I did here with the dark for the squares originally and not do lines. This dark brown. And I'm kind of glad I went with the white, even though it doesn't stand out color-wise. You're not getting a big color change between the squares. I just really like the smoky white look. And you can see, I don't know if you guys can, but I could see all the wood grain through the resin squares. It should look nice when this is planed off. It's a chessboard. My neighbor's son is getting into chess, I guess, which is kind of weird. Actually, it's not if you actually met him. He's a monster. He's 14 or 15. He's like 6'2" already. And the last couple of years, he played football. And this year, I think he joined the chess team at school because he didn't want to play football. Everyone's like, why don't you want to play football? You're huge. You're big at it. He goes, yeah, but I hurt everyone because I'm so much bigger than them. All his friends are below his chin. Like he's huge compared to every other kid in school. And everyone loved him playing football because he was just huge, and like it took like 3 kids from the other team to stop him. He's just like he's like this really calm, kind of even. He's a really cool kid. I like hanging out with him. I go down there every once in a while and hang out with his mother and grandmother. I've known his grandmother since before they were all born, and his grandfather, who's passed, I went to school with. He used to live next door over here. So we sold him the property. Blah blah blah. He's a cool kid. But anyways, I guess he's into chess now. He's been playing a lot with his friends at school, and from what I understand, he either joined a chess team or is thinking of joining a chess team. But anyways, his mother and grandmother said, "Can you make up a chessboard?" I'm like, "Sure, I can." So I've been experimenting. I'm going to make like 3 of them, I think. I think the next one I'm going to make, this one's just cedar, and I knocked it out. I knocked the squares out and then filled them with resin. The next one, I think I'm just going to make maple and walnut squares, like a normal wooden chessboard. With, I might do Wingate highlight lines. Sneeze. Oh! Sorry about that. Sawdust. That fine walnut sawdust that you shouldn't breathe. Walnut wood is sawdust is really bad for you, supposedly. And here I am breathing it in. Yeah, I'm too old to give a crap. But if you're younger than me, you should wear a mask when you sand because, believe me, I have so much lung damage from, punctured holes in my lungs, but doing work without masks all these years of construction and asbestos, I guarantee I have asbestosis. I've never seen a doctor about it, but I can pretty much guarantee I have it. I did a lot of asbestos work when I was younger. Back when, yeah, that's still too soft. I can roll it with my finger easily. Another day, so I'm probably done for the day out here. Give this another 24 hours to cure. I had a feeling it was going to take 48 hours instead of 24 because it's not cold out here, but it's really windy and cold outside, and this is a garage. I mean, I insulated it, but it's far from the best insulation job I've ever done. It keeps it warm, but it's only like 65 degrees in here, which is beautiful for me, but the resin like 70-ish. Takes longer to cure otherwise. So I'm going to grind it down and take all this brown off and just leave the fine lines. I don't know if you can see them, but there'll just be lines between the squares. And then I might have to fill more in right here. This must have been a high spot because it sunk down in underneath. Same with here. I might have to touch it up. I'll just put clear on top. You'll never know. I just noticed that. It sunk down in and eroded away. Oh well. Tis what it is. Might even be able to just use CA glue right there. It's just these 3 lines. It's weird. It's this one. These are both full. This one and this. I'll have to be raised up a little. Yeah, I don't want to grind it down that far. But anyways. So you do some tactile stuff, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm going to make another one of these out of walnut and maple. I was thinking about maple and cherry, but I have a lot more walnut. Like a lot more than I do anything else right now. Because I bought a bunch of walnut while it was on sale. It's all real rough cut crap, but I got it like stupid cheap comparatively. Walnut around here for basic walnut is about $22 a board foot. I paid $6 a board foot for 5/4, $7 a board foot for 8/4, which is truly 2 inches thick. It's really thick, by like 6 inches wide by 8 feet long boards. Paid $210 for 4 boards. With shipping and everything, because the shipping was like, I only paid like $170 for the wood, and then another $120 for the shipping. So it came out to almost $300. It was just short of $300 after taxes and everything. And it still only came out to about $12 a board foot, which is almost half the price of what I would pay to buy it local. So it was worth it. But they call it barn cut. It's real thick, but it's all real rough and it's got knots in it. I bought it for cutting boards because even at that price, if I throw away half of it doing cutting boards because of knots and stuff, I'm still ahead of the game. But for like chessboards, the knots aren't a problem. I think they all actually look nice. I like the little knots in this. I wish there was more color variation in this. Wish there was more white streaking. And then I think do something else in one. I was actually thinking about doing one in oak and something. Because I got a lot of oak. I'm thinning it out. I don't know what I'd do with the oak, though. What could I do with the oak? I got a bunch of mahogany. I could use the mahogany. Oak and mahogany. I wonder what those 2 colors would stand up against each other like. If they'd stand out. Let's take a gander. This is red oak, not white oak. I'd probably use white oak. But that's not a bad color combo for a chessboard. What do you think? That's actually not a bad idea. Let's wet them and see what the color combo looks like when it's all finished. Oh yeah. You know, I like that. That's not bad at all. Can you guys even see that? This is kind of orangey brown, and this is very yellowy white. Oak and mahogany. I think I'm gonna like. I think that's what I'm gonna do next. Screw the maple and walnut. Maple and walnut is like the standard chessboard colors. Like if you go buy a classic, true, professional chessboard, the white and black, if it's done in woods, will more than likely be walnut or something similar to walnut and maple because they're very, contrasting colors. Oh, here we go with the porno dude. Why do you porno idiots even bother? Do you not know I'm just gonna frickin' delete you? Well, what's your point? Why do you even bother? I just don't get your need to be assholes. Who really ever clicks on those things? Does anybody ever click on those things? I'm going to actually have to sign in. Turn on sync. Okay. Let's see. Which one am I on? I think I'm in Llama Makes. Gmail. Helps if I spell it right, huh? Oh crap, I gotta remember what the password is. I can't remember my passwords today. Let's see. Logins. Google. Okay. Should have known. That is one I didn't really remember. Turn on sync. Sync your bookmark passwords. Yes, I mean, no, I don't care. I should be able to just reload this page, and I'll be signed in, correct? Am I on Come Llama Makes her 3D printing llama? I think I'm actually signed in as 3D printing llama, but I can still report this frickin' moron. Report. Pornography. Report. Okay. Report. Pornography. Report. Okay. I know it's the same guy over and over and over, but it allows me to do it 3 times, so I'm gonna. So there's that. That's taken care of. Now that douchebag's gone. Can I delete him here too? Block user. And he's gone. So that's taken care of. I know you guys didn't see it because you're on Twitch. The one whole person that's here, which must be Matt. On that note, since I can't do this, and I got laundry to finish, I got to bring it in and fold it up and all that crap. And those are oiled. Maybe I'll slap another coat of oil on those real quick because they kind of look dry. Let's roll over here and see how it looks. Yep, they look kind of dry. Let's throw some more oil on there. How close can I get? I put an extension on my USB cable for the camera. Where's my mineral oil? It's over here somewhere. I should say my brother's mineral oil because my brother bought it, not me. My brother's mineral oil. Actually, I don't know. Did I buy this or did he buy this? I think he actually bought this one. He bought the first one. That I do know. It's all his anyways. Coffee burps. Sorry about that. Gross. All right. Let's throw some more oil down. Really saturate these things so it can soak it in overnight. A little chunk of sock came off. My sock is shedding. I'm going to have to buff this off with a clean rag after. Make sure there's no sock parts left behind. Because the sock is shedding. It's not good. I really love the end grain of maple when it's all oiled. It just looks awesome. They all look awesome. I think the end grain looks better than the freaking face grains. I think the maple end grain actually polishes up the nicest though. Wet it up. I should have just used paper towel. Gotta keep them moist. Yeah. This sock's getting thrown out. Just a piece of sock. Because it's shedding. My father bought, if you don't know, my father went a little nuts there the last couple of years he was alive. He had Alzheimer's and dementia and all kinds of mental issues. He mail ordered like a case of socks for himself. He thought he needed socks. So, and I mean a case, like a case of, you could buy them in like bags of 6 or 8 or 9. He bought a case of bags. So I had like bags and bags of socks after he passed. So I've been using them for rags. These are brand, they're not used socks that I'm rubbing cutting boards now. Just so you know. They're brand new socks I cut up. And there we go. Re-oiled. Nice and oily. We like it all oily so it can suck up the oil. And yeah, actually, I think I'm going to just throw this out right now. And go on. And I think on that note, rub that nice mineral oil into your hands because it's good, because my hands are usually dry from the woodworking. People don't realize the mineral oil is actually good for your hands. To an extent, you don't want to overdo it, but when your hands are as dry as mine, it's actually good for them. So on that note, I think I'm going to kill it. I'm not going to bother raiding because there's only 2 of us here, and I don't think there's anyone to raid. So y'all have a good afternoon / evening / morning, wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you later.